When I was first starting out, I went to Venice for a couple months. It was at a turning point where I really didn't have anywhere to hang out and do it as a hobby, and I had to decide whether or not I was either going to give it up or get a lot more serious about it. And I went there because I was very much inspired by the traditions of glassmaking there. Well, most of the time, like, a new design is like built on an old design. I start by making something, and then it just kind of morphs into what it becomes. See, when you look at the piece and see right through, I try and plan out to a certain degree what happens, which colors are going to overlap where, and how the patterns are going to intersect with each other. Well, that's the big thing that I try and exploit, is that transparency, using the looking through, and using, most of my pieces contain like black and white and gray, along with the color, to kind of control how the transparency is how it comes across. When I see a sunset or at a particular time of day, you see the light coming through the trees. I have a different, I see it in terms of, the kind of thing I might make out of glass. What it takes, I think, is the same thing it takes to be successful at anything, like a certain amount of, attention to detail and perception. I tell these guys that work for me, to, look at a tennis ball and describe it. If they say it's round and yellow, they're not really looking into it. It's fuzzy. Okay, well, how is it fuzzy? What I try and do, though, is make the things that I make, have them be just appealing visually for what they are, without any kind of backstory or background, or without knowing anything about the medium. Just when you see it, you see an interesting effect. You see something that's appealing and pleasant.